Hello guys, the Fire Brothers here, it's just me, and today I'm giving you a Patron sponsor video. This week's episode is brought to you by Librado Marufo. I'm sorry this took so long man, but I'm doing it now. His Patron requested video was for me to talk about how Megatron got each one of his forms in all the Transformers movies. Megatron is the one Transformer who changes his appearance for every single movie. Honestly, he's so inconsistent that at this point it kind of annoys me how much he changes. I did mention that I think the last night Megatron is the best looking Megatron we had in a while, and probably my favorite version of him in the movies, but still, he changes so often that it pisses me off. But I'm gonna do what Librado Marufo says, and I'm gonna talk about how he got each one of those forms. This should be interesting. So first off, we should start with the first movie. In the first movie, Megatron looks like this, and honestly this is like my least favorite look of Megatron, I don't know why. But granted, in the movie, Megatron was pretty overpowered, so that's one of the reasons I like him so much. In the first movie, he looks like this because this is Cybertron look. When Optimus Prime presents a hologram of Cybertron to Sam and Michaela, we can actually see Megatron in his, Cybertron form. And that's the same form that he's using on Earth, the one that he used when he was frozen on ice. So this Megatron is not really a proto form like Optimus Prime, Ironhide, and Ratchet when they landed on Earth, but he's more of the Cybertron form of Megatron, like how he looked on Cybertron. The comics even reinforce this fact. But then, like we all know, Megatron dies because Sam with Wiki shoved the O-Spark in his chest while his spark was exposed, killing him. And then later in Revenge of the Fallen, he was revived by a shard of that same cube. Megatron's Revenge of the Fallen look doesn't look completely different from his first movie counterpart. There are some changes to his face, which honestly I like it more because in the first movie I could barely tell that that was a face. He has a giant cannon in one of his arms, and his other arm is pretty short for whatever reason. Now the reason why Megatron looks like this is because when the Constructicons managed to retrieve Megatron, the Constructicons needed to repair Megatron because he sustained heavy damage from the last movie. So the Constructicons basically killed one of their own to have enough parts to heal Megatron. Not only that, but the Doctor also reformatted Megatron, because this Megatron looks really different from his first movie counterpart. Overall, this Megatron just looks like this because they had to, remove some of the damaged parts that were no longer useful. And my guess is that they didn't have enough parts to make his left arm bigger, so his left arm is just all scrawny and small. Along with this, his vehicle mode changes into a tank because reasons, I guess. It's not really well explained. Dark of the Moon has to be the easiest one to explain. He still has his Revenge of the Fallen robot mode, but now instead of transforming into a tank, he transforms into a truck. The reason why he does this is because now that the Autobots and Ness have built energon detectors all over the world, Megatron can't just go around with his tank mode and just hang out in the jungle or whatever. He's gonna be detected. So that's why he needs a robot mode to serve as a disguise to shield himself from the energon detectors. This Megatron is still pretty injured from his last battle in Revenge of the Fallen, that he's constantly being repaired by a multitude of Decepticon doctors. Megatron also wears a cloak that he uses to hide his injuries from the last battle, because an injured Megatron will probably incite rebellion amongst the Decepticons, which makes me think that it's pretty weird that with all his injuries, Starscream never tried to overthrow Megatron. He could probably take him on in his injured state. But yes, this Megatron just looks like this because of his new vehicle mode and because of the fact that he's trying to hide, and also all his scars. He also comes with a shotgun this time, and supposedly that's due to his new vehicle mode. I believe that the truck has slightly more mass than his tank form, and that allows him to basically have more space to, carry a shotgun around. Age of Extinction is pretty self-explanatory. After Megatron died, KSI tried to, use his parts, his memories to create new Transformers, and somehow Megatron didn't die, and his consciousness was passed on to another body. This body was supposed to be modeled after Optimus Prime. The two share some similarities, but overall, Galvatron's robot mode is very similar to his Revenge of the Fallen robot mode, with all the silver and stuff. His face is also pretty similar to Revenge of the Fallen, and I would say that most of his body structure is overall pretty similar to Revenge of the Fallen, or the first movie Megatron. Either one really works here. He also comes with a shredder on his chest. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the reason for the hole is that Galvatron most likely chose this design to specifically combat Optimus Prime. He knows that Optimus Prime has his Energon blades and his Energon axe and stuff, and when Optimus tried to stab Galvatron instinctively grabbed the sword and shoved it to his chest, like he knew he was gonna do that. Megatron's design choices for Galvatron were actually pretty intentional. If you pay close attention to Galvatron when he's fighting Optimus Prime, this becomes really apparent. He has long-range missiles which Optimus Prime has almost no counter to, because Megatron knows that Optimus Prime's fighting style revolves around getting close to his opponent and then delivering a deadly hit to finish them off. And the shredder on his chest is useful to dismantle Optimus Prime's weapons. So actually Galvatron is the perfect counter to Optimus Prime. It's a shame that the fight was interrupted and never finished by lockdown. Because if Optimus would fight Galvatron to the end, Galvatron could have probably won that fight. It's really left up in the air, but Galvatron was specifically designed to combat Optimus Prime. And then we have my favorite version of Megatron, the Last Knight Megatron. Now this one's actually pretty easy to explain. At some point after Age of Extinction, Galvatron came under contact with Quintessa. Quintessa not only gave Megatron a new body, but also empowered him. Remember when Quintessa slapped Optimus and gave him that red mark? Well, Megatron has the same thing, meaning that Quintessa was the one who actually gave a new body to Galvatron. Now this Megatron is very reminiscent to Transformers Prime Megatron. They both have that barbaric, knight-ish kind of look. Their iron cannons are also uncannily similar. It's really left unknown if Quintessa just rebuilt Galvatron into this new body, or if Quintessa simply transferred Galvatron's consciousness to this new body. Honestly, I believe that Quintessa just transferred Galvatron's consciousness to a new body. The reason why I'm saying this is because when Galvatron transforms, he turns into a million tiny pieces and then just comes together as his vehicle mode or as his robot mode. But in The Last Knight, Galvatron doesn't do that. He transforms like a regular transformer. So that's why I'm saying that this is most likely a new body, not really a reconstruction or a redesign of Galvatron. This body seems to have been built from the ground up, which leads me to believe that this is probably a new body for him. This body is also meant to counter Optimus Prime, although I would argue that this body is most likely meant to replicate Optimus Prime and not really counter him. Optimus Prime and Megatron both have swords, both have battle masks, they both have a similar build and a similar body style. Quintessa is basically trying to create a new knight. You know how Optimus and Dragonstorm are basically knights? This Megatron is meant to be a new knight. It's not really made entirely clear or specific if this Megatron is working for Quintessa out of his own free will, or he's just under her control. But unlike Optimus Prime, I would say that Megatron here is acting under his free will. Megatron's personality doesn't seem to be all too different. He still wants to revive Cybertron, he still hates Optimus Prime, he still monologues a lot. So I will actually argue that this Megatron actually has free will. He also goes back to being a Jet like he was in the first movie, which also kinda leads me to believe that this was a new body built for him. Because I don't think that Galvatron with his human technology and influence can just transform into a Cybertronian Jet. I don't think that's how it works. But yeah guys, those are all the bodies that Megatron used throughout the movies and how he got them and you know why he's using them. Out of all of them, my favorite will have to be the Last Knight Megatron. Not only because I think he looks cool, but out of all the Megatrons, I will argue that he's probably the strongest one, even more powerful than his first movie counterpart. We're most likely going to see Megatron in the Bumblebee movie, most likely as a cameo under Sector 7, custody. I'm expecting to see Megatron with a more G1-ish body, if not a Transformers Prime body. Either one works really. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. This was a Patron requested video by Brother Marufo. Also shout out to my other patrons, Sachir Morag aka Mirage and Trans Theories aka Knockout. Thank you guys for donating, I couldn't do this without you. Make sure to go check out Trans Theories' channel, he makes Transformers videos much like me. And yeah, that's it for this video guys. Let me know who's your favorite Megatron in the comments down below. And also I want you guys to tell me, will we see Megatron have a new body in the Bumblebee movie? Or do you guys believe we're gonna see him on his first movie robot mode? So just let me know your thoughts on all of this down below. Anyways, that's it for this video. Like, comment and subscribe and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.